Glad to come your way this morning to leave this brief word with you. The question I want to ask this morning is, do you know what time it is? When you read Psalm 39, verse 5 to 7, it reads, "Indeed, you have made my days as a handbreadth, and my age is as nothing before you. Certainly, every man is at his best state in your vapor. Surely, every man walks about like a shadow. Surely, they are busy themselves in vain. He heaps up riches and does not know who will gather them." There is one thing I want you to understand this morning, that this time and the time that it is now is a time that is passing. Some years back in the early 80s, in the early 70s, they had planes, but they could not move as fast as things are moving now. Today, we have fast trains, we have bullet trains, we have hypersonic planes that can transport people from one place to another. It tells you that the time that we have is fast and it is moving as fast as it can. So the time that we have is a passing time. Many people are heaping riches for themselves. Many people are doing things that are not the true calling of their lives, simply because they believe that they have a lot of times with them. 70 years ago, the story was not the same. Sometimes 20 years from now, 50 years from now, most of us alive today may not be alive again. It tells you that the time is passing away. What are you making of your time? What use is of your time? What can you write out of your time? That this is a kingdom investment, that this is what I have done my time with, that when I stand before the Father, I can see that this is what my time is all about. Again, I want you to understand that the time that we have is a time that is to be redeemed. The time as it stands now, it is a time that is to be redeemed. When you read Ephesians 5:16, Bible says that for the days are evil. The days are evil. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 2. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 16, Bible says, redeeming the time because the days are evil. These days, as it stands now, these days as we have now, these are days that are passing by. These are days that are evil. Evil growing in the heart of people, evil growing in the minds of people, people contemplating on how to get control over people's life, how to ruin people's life. These are days that are evil. But what does the Bible say to do with the time? The Bible says that we are to redeem the time. As a child of God, you may be convinced, you may convince yourself that there is a lot and there's plenty time for you to do other things, but you will come back to your true calling. But if there is anything to do, and if there is a specific time, I want to let you understand that this is a time that is to be redeemed. Why? Because the days are evil. Make good use of the time. Today, if you decide to go on a foreign trip, all you just need is to go on your phone and just book a ticket, and by the next 6 hours, by the next 8 hours, you are where you want to go. Things are becoming fast. The rate at which things are growing fast is the same rate at which we are losing the essence of time. Like I said earlier on, 20 years from now, you are not going to be the same. 30 years from now, you are not going to be the same. Give yourself 50 years. You may not be here. What are you doing with your time? The time is to be redeemed. Redeem your time. Then again, the time that we have now is the accepted time. Now is the accepted time. Why do I say this? Because in 2 Corinthians, Bible tells us that now is the accepted time. If it is an accepted time, then this is the time you have to accept to give your life to Christ. This is the time you have to accept that you want to fulfill your purpose here on earth. This is the time that you have to accept what God has given to you. It is not about the time you think that, oh, it will be the right time for me. This is the right time. I just came briefly just to remind us to keep in our mind and to know what time it is. On your calendar, on your schedule of life, on your race of life, what time it is. God bless you. May He bring understanding to you. May He open your mind. Even as you go through your day, think about it. What time is it for me? Is it a time for me to accept what God is offering me? Is it a time for me to accept Christ into my life? Today is the time. God bless you.